Without characters, it is difficult to immerse yourself in a story. We relate to characters. We feel their triumphs, laugh with them, feel frustrated when they do something that we don't agree, every horror movie ever, and J.K. Rowling has brought us some of the most beloved characters of the century. In Year 9, we look at characters and how they show ideas, social attitudes, and values of our world. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone follows Harry, Ron, and Hermione, who represent and interpret our Western values, both personally and culturally. Now I have a bone to pick with the film adaptation. We can see Ron's character change. In the book, he is a relatable character, one who comes from a family with not a lot, but he brings integrity, kindness, and friendship to the group. Ron is the instigator of one of the main themes, the theme of friendship, and is a vital member of the trio, as he fills in the gaps of knowledge and bravery from Harry and Hermione. Book version Ron, portrayed through dialogue, reminds the trio of their greatest asset in a time of need. Yep, they nearly forgot that they could use magic. Devil's snare, what did Professor Sprout say? It likes the dark and the damp. So light a fire, Harry choked. Yes, of course, but there's no wood, Hermione cried, wringing her hands. Have you gone mad? Ron bellowed. Are you a witch or not? Film version Ron is not a hero in this situation. Ron is left in a state of panic and uselessness within this scene, where Hermione is given the line which saves the three from the devil's snare. The change of dialogue from the page to the screen changes the character of Ron from a helpful, inevitable part of the trio to a fool, a comic relief type character.
Lewis Helene! Ron, are you okay? Yeah, okay. Whew! Lucky we didn't panic.
Lucky Hermione pays attention in herbology.
The transition from page to screen loses some credibility from the characters. It changes their relatability. A responder may relate to Ron very strongly when reading the book, but not relate to him at all when watching the film. Dialogue is just one of the concepts used to create character. Other textual elements can be explored to see the changes and similarities in characters as they are brought to life on the screen. Let's have a look at theme, narrative, and symbolism. Theme is the message within a text, image, or film. It is a message that arises and is told through elements of the text such as setting, plot, and character. J.K. Rowling focuses on themes of love, choice, and friendship in the Philosopher's Stone. She uses the characters to share these messages. Themes can be major and obvious, such as love. It is so explicit as an element of power because Harry defeated Voldemort with it. An 11-year-old boy versus the darkest, most evil wizard alive, if you can say he's alive in this book. Some themes, however, are more subtle, like Harry's choice to be good. Subtle themes can sometimes give the most powerful message, as we can see through an explosion of quotations across the internet regarding the theme of choice. Themes bring insight into the worldview of the characters, but it also opens a window for us to see the author's view and what she thinks is an important message to share. Narrative constructs a world that we can interact with. Narrative is familiar, and we can expect the plot to be organised. Narrative conveys the themes and is structured in a way that invites you in. You can be involved in the challenges, feel some sort of way about the attitudes of the characters, looking at you, Quirrell, and feel triumphant as the characters you relate to are successful in their endeavours. The Philosopher's Stone represents broad aspects of humanity, society, and culture, which is made particular through the characters and themes and is delivered to us through the narrative plot. The narrative in the screen adaptation stays pretty true to the novel version, thank goodness, and we can see the way that the characters and themes are nicely slotted into the story. Harry Potter continues with this narrative structure as he continues through Hogwarts. So consistent of him. Symbols are words, objects, and images that signify more than they denote. J.K. Rowling adds layers to her narrative through using symbols to emphasize the main messages. If we think back to the themes, we can see how symbols are used to add layers to the narrative and emphasize these themes. Hello, Harry's scar? It is portrayed as an image of death, horror, and darkness, but together we discover that it is a mark signifying his mother's love, a mark instead of a greater darkness that was intended for him. The scar becomes a multi-purpose symbol, Rowling using it to show danger, love, and fear. Now, my favourite symbol in the Philosopher's Stone is the Mirror of Erised. Not only does it caution us to have pure, good-intentioned desires, Erised is literally desire spelled backwards. Now, as you can see, the main ideas in Harry Potter are pretty well maintained in its film adaptation. The magic is kept alive on the big screen, and I will not hesitate to put on my Ravenclaw socks, grab some Birdie Bots, and lose myself in the film time and time again. But it shows how textual concepts can be lost or changed as a story is condensed, from 200 plus pages to 2.5 hours. It is important to consider the changes in character, the emphasis on themes, the mixing and matching of narrative structure, and how in your face a symbol may be when you watch the next film adaptation of a text.